What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born driller. Welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK reviews, where I give you 2 episodes that took place last week. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do that review last week, but I'm gonna do it this week, and hopefully when I get to the other 2 episodes of NXT UK review for this week, what pertains to me doing that review, I'll try to do it just during the other week. But as of right now, I'm gonna give you the NXT UK reviews right here, right now, and that's basically from last week. So yeah. So the first thing I'm going to start off with WWE NXT UK, the show from November 28th, 2018, episode 11, where your commentators Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph and Birmingham, England. So let's get to it. So we got Saya Brookside and Millie McKenzie versus Charlie Morgan and Killer Kelly, and in this match, it was pretty decent. It was obviously a tag team match. Yeah, so in the end, we got Saya Brookside winning for the match by pinning I was going to sneeze, folks. Excuse me. Sorry. Usually I'll edit that part out, but whatever. But Charlie Morgan takes the pinfall loss here after Millie McKenzie goes for a a spear, excuse me, onto Charlie Morgan, and Saya Brookside gets to do the jackknife cover and gets a 3 count in the win. And Kelly, Killer Kelly basically, she leaves Charlie Morgan. So you have Saya Brookside and Millie McKenzie subbing after the match and all that. So I guess they're gonna do something where pertains to the tag team division too, or pertains to the NXT UK women's division. Hopefully, there'll be no tag titles involved. I don't want to be too much tag. I don't want there to be too much titles involved in where pertains to NXT UK. But there is. Hopefully they'll get hopefully they'll get more women's. Excuse me, for NXT UK. But we'll see. We see Pete Dunne warming up for his main event match against Jordan Devlin, and we'll get to that later. Ashton Smith versus Eddie Dennis. This match was pretty good. In the end, Eddie Dennis gets the win over Ashton Smith. Ashton Smith, meant to say. I was gonna say Smith, but no. But yeah, Eddie Dennis once again gets another win, and yeah, he's a heel and all that, and he's been built to be an undefeated heel on NXT UK, and we'll see how that goes when he meets guys like Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne. It's gonna happen pretty soon, eventually, and I gotta see how that turns out too, because he's been friends with them for a long time, and to see Mark Andrews and Pete Dunne be where they're at right now, and then for him to catch up after the injury he suffered. There's gonna be a story behind that, so I can't wait to see how that story develops when it pertains to him going after Mark Andrews first, and then he'll probably eventually go after Pete Dunne. So we'll see how that turns out. Saxon Hughley. I think that's how you say his last name. I'm still trying to find out how his Irish name. But Saxon Hughley versus his former tag team partner Joseph Connors, the guy who turned on him anyways. So match itself, I didn't care much about the match at all, folks. To me, I wasn't into it. But Joseph Connors wins the match. Because according to Michael Cole at one point, he sees main event caliber on him. And Joseph Connors. To me, I'm still trying to find that reason why he said that, because I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet with the guy. I mean, he's a good heel. He's a good wrestler. I just haven't seen any 4 to 5 star matches with Joseph Connors, in my opinion. So that's my take on it. But yeah, he won the match, and we'll see what they do with Joseph Connors moving forward. He probably will be a next contender against Pete Dunne. And another thing, I haven't seen much of Joseph Connors wrestling outside of WWE, but whatever, right? maybe I'll look into it more to see what Michael Cole see in Joseph Connors that I don't see. But anyways, then we take a look at Toni Storm, what pertains to her, of her being a wrestler, of her being part of NXT UK, and for her to be part of this tournament, and also winning the Mae Young Classic tournament for 2018. And it's going to lead to her facing Rhea Ripley for the in the finals for the NXT UK Women's Championship title tournament that they've been doing. And be honest with you, for neither the match, well, I'll get to more of that when I do the the next review of it. But yeah, moving on. Then we see Jordan Devlin. He's warming up for this match. Excuse me, for his main event title match against Pete Dunne. And we'll get to that main event after this one. So Rhea Ripley, her real package, where it pertains to her having a new look and all that, and then they show on the old Rhea Ripley when she was a baby face, and she had a different style, and now she's got a new style, she got a new attitude, she's got a new personality, a new potential to look at, and basically it's also about her ripping people apart. Basically, she to rip people apart, and basically the women's division, and it also shows her of her being in the Mae Young Classic for 2017 and 2018, and the one of her being in this tournament where she's ripping these women apart in the tournaments, like Saya Brookside and Dakota Kai, and now the last person left is Toni Storm. She's going to be one of the part 2 according to Rhea Ripley. So we'll see how that turns out too. And finally, the main event was Jordan Devlin challenging the NXT UK champion Pete Dunne. And this match was holy bloody brilliant. Yes, it was a damn good match. A damn good main event match. Obviously with Jordan Devlin, I always enjoyed Jordan Devlin's matches. He's pretty good, but Pete Dunne is better. But in the end, Pete Dunne ends up being better in the end. Pete Dunne ends up winning the match to retain his NXT championship. And there you go. Total My Wrestling for NXT UK from episode 11. Oh, okay. 3 matches. Okay. And my overall scoring for that show, I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10. Pretty damn good NXT UK show from episode 11. Now let's get to NXT UK, the show from November 28th, 2018, episode 12. Same place, same commentators. Let's get right to it. NXT UK Women's Championship Tournament highlights. Then they show basically, what pertains to the participants that were in there, and then obviously they're showing Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm, getting far from to get to the finals of the tournament. I mean, not that that matters anyways, because at the end of the day, the one who ends up winning the title anyway was. But speaking of the one who won the title, we get Rhea Ripley warming up, and after that we see Toni Storm warming up for their main event match that's going to be taking place from this very episode, for episode 12 for NXT UK. But again, not that it matters anyway, folks, because at the end of the day, the one who won the title in the first place was. Yeah, so with that out of the way, then we get to the first match opening up the show was Joe Coffey. He was being accompanied by Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, just for a little bit, and then Joe Coffey ends up being in the ring. Basically, there was no outside involvement this time for pertains to Joe Coffey. But then he gets his opponent was Sid Scarlett, but Sid Scarlett was in a suit. So Sid Scarlett said that he's not medically clear. He's not medically clear. If I could get the words out of my mouth, he's not medically clear to compete. But he has a substitute to take his place. And who's that end up being? Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate comes out. He first did the mustache mountain thing, but then after that he looked serious, no waving, and he goes right after Joe Coffey. And the match began, and the match started off. It started very personal between the two because after what happened with with Joe, with the Coffee Brothers, Wolfgang beating up on Trent Seven and Tyler Bate weeks ago. So this is on Tyler Bate's ways to get his revenge. So while this match is going on, we get Mark Coffey. Hold on a second, folks. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. But yeah, so yeah, Mark Coffey and Wolfgang comes out. Just to get involved. So the match goes on again. That's going on again with Joe Coffey and Tyler Bate wrestling, and a little bit Mark Coffey and Wolfgang was getting involved a little bit, and all of a sudden Trent Seven comes out. He comes out to make sure everything's all right in the match, and the match continues on, only for the match to end with outside interferences from Joe Coffey and Mark Coffey, let's say, and Wolfgang. So yeah, the Coffey Brothers and Wolfgang were beating up on Tyler Bate. Trent Seven gets in there, he gets beaten down too, and all of a sudden, the crowd, basically a beatdown's going down, and the crowds were chanting for Pete Dunne. And I'm thinking to myself, is Pete Dunne really going to come out? So sure enough, who comes out? The NXT UK champion, Pete Dunne. And together, what pertains to Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven, they are British Strong Style. That's their faction's team's name. So yeah, Pete Dunne comes out like, cool, awesome. This is awesome. So Pete Dunne comes out, and yeah, even the odds, and then we get a stalemate after that. Basically, they fall off at first, but then also they got a stalemate. They try to get in the ring, the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang, and then also they left. Basically, they teased, it was a teaser, which was good. You need a good teaser like that, where it pertains to seeing the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang versus British Strong Style. Excuse me. Yeah, and yeah, that's how the segment ends. With a teaser that this match will become up eventually. When it's gonna happen, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to see it. I hope it happens at NXT UK Takeover Liverpool, or is it Blackpool? I can't remember where they're going at. But yeah, but I'll talk more about that whole Takeover show some other time. So let's forget Dan Maloney versus Logiro, coming up from his loss from Jordan Devlin. So Logiro is trying to get a win back here, and sure enough, the match happens. The match itself is pretty decent, and in the end, Logiro ends up winning the match. So yeah, Dan. As far as Dan Maloney, don't know much about him, but he looked pretty good. So yeah, I want to see more. I want to see more of him on NXT UK. Hopefully, we will. Then we get to Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan versus Zach Gibson and James Drake. And this match, I didn't really care much about it, even though we have Zach Gibson in there. Wasn't into that much, but I was into it with the fans though, where it pertains. If you hate Gibson, stand up. If you hate Gibson's shoes off. If you hate Gibson, sit down. When he got tagged in, when he got tagged out with the match, and some other things that they said that pertains to if you hate Gibson, because for some reason they hate this guy so much. I gotta find out why they hate him so much. It's gotta be more than just a heel agenda. It's just gotta be something that why they love to say that they hate Gibson. I gotta solve this mystery. I think it's a bloody brilliant story to find out, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, by the way. Zach Gibson gets the win over Kenny Williams in this tag team match. So yeah, Zach Gibson and Drake, or so James Drake. So Zach Gibson and James Drake wins the tag team match. Yeah, like I said, didn't care much about it, but it is what it is. It was a tag team match that they own do, and on top of that, it pertains to an upcoming tag team championship match tournament that they're gonna be doing for NXT UK. Next, we get Rhea Ripley walking towards the ring, and then Toni Storm walks towards the ring as well, basically from the backstage. Get ready for the main event, NXT UK Women's Championship Tournament Finals to happen. So then all of a sudden we get to at ringside, we see NXT UK General Manager Johnny Saint with the NXT UK Women's Championship. That beautiful championship belt that looks like the UK Championship belt that Pete Dunne got, except it's a white strap, and also it says Women's title. So yeah, so we get this NXT UK Women's Championship Finals tournament going on with Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm. And basically, the match was pretty damn good. I love the story psychology and the storytelling from Toni Storm. I love the fact that Toni Storm got went up against Rhea Ripley for the beginning of the match, where Rhea Ripley was selling for Toni Storm that she's getting the upper hand on her from the early bout of the match. Yeah, like I said before, where Toni Storm selling the match, where it pertains to her back and that she suffered in the match, that Rhea Ripley kept on targeting it at one point and all that, especially where it pertains to kicking it and all that, and slamming her back on the apron at one point, and then because she was countering the move that Toni Storm was trying to do to her on the apron, and then the whole thing with the turnbuckle and all that. So Rhea Ripley was kicking the ass, and then all of a sudden Toni Storm was mounting some comebacks and all that. And she's trying to go for her finishing move, the tiger bomb, but she calls it the Storm Zero. But couldn't do it because her back kicked out because it was injured. And then all of a sudden Rhea Ripley goes for her finishing move. I forgot what it was called. The Ripley something. Basically, it was like a pump handle powerbomb type of move, and then she gets a 3 count in the win, and you're winner. And first ever NXT UK Women's Champion in WWE, Rhea Ripley. And so basically, after the match was over, Triple H comes out. Giant Satan's in the ring. He hands her the belt. Triple H puts her arm up as the winner. We get a couple of the NXT UK division empty out of the locker room to congratulate Rhea Ripley for becoming the first ever WWE NXT UK Women's Champion. And you know what? Well deserved. And that's all I gotta say about that. But by the way, it pertains to me, kept pausing every time I kept saying, well, it doesn't matter about this tournament anyways, because at the end of the day, because I know who won it, and it was Rhea Ripley, just like that. But yeah, there you go. And that's basically it for NXT UK. From episode 12, Tournament Wrestling for NXT UK. If I could go recap, 4 matches, and my overall rating for this show, I'm gonna go 8.5 out of 10 as well. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, another good show for NXT UK. Unlike a certain other wrestling show, like I'm on that Raw. I'm just saying. And with that being said, folks, thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., Natural Born Driller. Please subscribe if you haven't done right now. Just saying. If you enjoyed this review, where it pertains to 2 episodes of NXT UK for this review, give it a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down. Either way, I can care less. As you can see. And you can tell. Just saying. But either ways, I just do appreciate you all watching. So thank you all for watching, and y'all take care, and peace on the streets.